Hello everybody. I wanted to introduce New Vegas fans to this very interesting, very powerful mod. It's kind of like the mod to end all mods. It's called NVamp, and there's just so many features to this. It's just amazing. Uh, this is a modding, like a small community that's put together some of the best mods for New Vegas and packaged them in a fairly straightforward installation process. You do have to download all of the files first, and then you have to install additional files to make them work, or additional programs that are outside of Fallout New Vegas. But in general, it's a very solid major mod, and it includes some of the favorite ones, some of the best ones. And I'll just go through the features really quick. See, so they've revamped weapons, armor, explosives, NPCs are better, combat is much better, environmental effects and graphical enhancements are throughout the entire mod, and including enhanced textures too. Gadgets, there's new hardcore mode, additional features, character progression, and new locations. See, there's no reason not to install this if you have the time. Now, I say not to, as long as you have the time, because it is relatively time consuming to install the first time. So I go to the New Vegas Nexus, which happens to be about the best modding community on the internet, right now at least. If you go to this URL, which I provide in the description, this is the URL to download all of the files for the NVamp mod. And it looks like there's quite a few main files to download. So you have to download all of these, which is quite a few. And then you always want to check for updates and download any hotfixes as well. Then there's optional files. I think there's 9 optional files, and you should download those too. And I know it does take a long time to download these. In fact, I've just finished downloading this one, so now I'm going to start downloading the effects data files. And what that does, that takes you, that takes you to this page. It happens to be an advertisement for Rage. You have to kind of just let this play through. There. And then once it does, and then you can download it. And by the way, for most of these you have to be logged into New Vegas Nexus. So if you don't have an account, you have to create an account. And then it'll let you download these. See, now I'm downloading the first optional file. And as you can see, I've been downloading these for a while. Whoops. Wall. There we go. Now you can see all of the New Vegas, or the NVamp files that I've downloaded so far. See, this one's going to take a long time. It's a big one. And you can keep clicking on these, and it'll play that stupid ad over and over, but that's okay. And then I'll show you how to install these. Okay, now we move on to the installation instructions. It's pretty complicated to at first glance, but it really isn't. You just kind of have to follow this one step at a time. The most complicated is the very first step, which is installing Rye Python and Rye Bash NV, which is actually Rye Flash New Vegas, which is an extension or a port of the Rye Bash. It's kind of like a Python extender for Windows, and it should work on every version of Windows, including Windows 7, which is what I've got. And then you have to install all of these, like FOM, XFO. You have to know a little bit about installing Fallout mods already. There's ESM and ESP files, and the same has been true for all the way since back to Morrowind. Each construction set, or each construction kit, requires ESM and ESP files in order to mod any game that you're modding. And that was true for Morrowind, Oblivion, Fallout 3, and Fallout New Vegas. And the same thing will be true for Skyrim, I'm sure. So then it tells you to go through these steps, install PMT, install FOOK, which is Fallout Overhaul Kit, and that installs tons of textures. And I happen to be downloading that right now. And here's the download. It's going to take a long time. It's 200, almost 300 megs of enhanced textures. And then Project Nevada, I'm really not even sure what that is, but we'll find out soon. There's a weapon mod expansion, weapon mods expanded. It returns all of the classic Fallout weapons, like from, this one too. From Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, you get all the weapons from those games, and it installs them here. And then finally you install NVamp, which is all of this extra stuff. And if you've installed it correctly, and then it explains how to do the HUD project, all this, and then it shows you how to prepare the load order, because you also have to download the FOMM, which is a Fallout mod manager, and then you have to set the proper load order of all of these mods that you're downloading, and then you've also got to do some work with where did it say to do that? Yeah, the Rye Bash location, blah blah blah. It explains how to do that, so it shouldn't be too difficult. It's easy to get tied up right on this first step with the Rye Bash installs, and you just kind of follow these instructions and it should get you through it. And then I'll hop to what it looks like after I've fully installed everything. Okay, now here's what everything looks like if you successfully install everything. The Python install is by far the hardest, and you actually have to patch and like flash the installation after you've installed it. But you have to just follow the instructions. It's too much to go over in this video, but if you're successful, then you'll be able to, from the Fallout New Vegas directory, you will have installed a Mopey directory for Python, for the Python scripts, and then I run the launcher and I get this. This is my full load order of all of the different mods, and there's so many mods, and you actually follow this, you just have to follow the instructions right here, and it even gives you a particular load order. And this is what I used. And then I had a few extra mods in addition to this. So you just have to follow these and match your load order with this perfectly. And then there's a few more things to look at. And then after you're done, then you can launch it. And I'm not going to show you what the whole game looks like after I launch it. That will be the next video. But I at least wanted to show you how to get this whole NVamp big mod working, and it's about a 3-hour commitment, so you really have to be you really have to want this, and which I did. So I succeeded. It took 3 hours, but I did it. Alright, so look for an upcoming video with some gameplay that includes all of these mods, and we'll see you next time.